Day 86. Whoa, my vocal warm-up. Wow. First words that came out of me today, and I wasn't ready. Poof. Once more with caffeine. So, welcome to the post game or something. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take this as permission, because like when we play certain games like Animal Well and other games where you're doing the core gameplay and everything's going fine and you're full of progression and exploring, but then at the end it becomes like a secret hunt. Same thing with like Myst when I was trying to do all the little not Myst, sorry, Myst never is like that really. Same thing in The Witness when you have all the little little hidden things, you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. It becomes such a little secret hunt looking for those things, and that's just like, at that point it becomes a different style of Let's Play, where I'm just kind of like hunting for clips, essentially. Like I'm going around quietly playing the game, trying to find the next thing that I can actually show people. And then I'm like, oh right, Let's Play mode, I'm doing commentary now. Haha, let's record, I found a thing. And then that goes in the video as like a more of like a highlight compilation for the sake of time. I think we're there now. Considering how some of the later runs have gone with all the blue memo stuff, I maybe should have been in that mode 10 hours ago. It's been hard to know how to direct this game because it is a roguelike. But right now, I think I'll show the mansion if I do anything new. But overall, it's just, we're well past the point of diminishing returns. I literally hit a screen that said the end. Like this many hours in, after when I hit the end screen 120 hours into the game, I think I can then take that as a signal to be like, okay, we're in the post game thing. I will show the relevant bits when I'm in the crazy horrible blue place and me trying to solve that, and I have a new plan on how to document, because we did a little scouting run last time, so I have an idea of what I'm trying to document. So I also now have an idea of how to document that on screen in a way that's more visually interesting, hopefully. But I'm not going to keep showing runs here because it's going to take us so long to do this completely separate task with the blue stuff if I have to also then show me doing entire roguelike runs here. And if I'm not doing commentary and I'm not thinking about my audience, I can just kind of like blaze through these things real quick. I might even be able to like, not only can I like, is the sting reduced of me having to do a Blessing of the Monk and then a secret passage on I guess they can be the same day at least. I can get the dice, summon the shrine if it's gone. No, yeah, it has to be, one day is getting the blessing and then sleeping in the secret passage, then the next day is using the secret passage. The stained book is probably there for good, going by how this game handles these things, so it's probably just that I have to summon the room again. But like that whole rigmarole is gonna suck, and generally speaking, I probably want to also do a special run the day that the secret passage is available, where I try to maximize how many steps I have by getting anything I can to increase my step count, which might be possible or might backfire. So I've got mixed feelings there too, where it's like, I could do the risk reward. I definitely like have a lot of mechanics that can increase my step count in this game. If I'm lucky, I can focus on those, but it's always luck based though, so there's always the chance that I might be worse off and would have been better off just going in there with my 70 starting steps instead of trying to pump those numbers. Because yeah, like I'd want to get like the silver spoon. I would want to get the silver spoon, the kitchen, and the dining room, and the meeting room or whatever it's called, the conference room, and the garden. And then I would want to intentionally not use any of the food, which is in fixed locations that I can track down easily, until I get the silver spoon. And then with the silver spoon, I could double all of those food bonuses, including all of the food that gets scattered by the secret garden, which would be in the conference room. I should write all these down so I can keep track of them correctly. But if I do it all right, I might enter the blue area with like 300 steps, which might be enough to do all of it in one day, or a lot of it. I don't know how much walking around is going to go, or how it's going to handle. But also, I want to make an on-screen image editing software map of the zone using a screenshot of the front door that we saw, because that front door had a map which had some of the rooms written on them already, and we didn't really know what we were dealing with yet. But now that I've seen this stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna want that map, and I'm gonna want to write on that map instead of using my journal, because I can use actual colors to denote the lanterns, which I don't know what their deal is, but they're being listed everywhere. And then I can write down all the various word types and things and clues that I'm gaining, and the information that I think I'm gaining, the 2 words that are on the paintings, the letter that amounts to being, and then whatever word is inside the Morajai box. And then I can make a template with text fields, and I can do that all off screen. And then when I'm actually doing that section of the game, I can then just be cutting between the game and that map and showing what I'm adding and changing, and make that all nice and interactive and viewable, since that's just gonna be what the game is for maybe a few hours. The documenting lanterns isn't that hard, and identifying the rooms shouldn't be that hard at this point, and documenting solving the painting shouldn't be that hard, except some of them have baffled me before. But the Morajai boxes, oh my fucking god. Those are gonna drain me. Okay. That last one was tough too. So we'll see about those ones. And then my theory going into this right away is that it seems kind of straightforward. We've done the painting puzzle before, so it's intuitive to be like, okay, this new map is gonna spell another 9-word phrase out of 9 5-letter words. And maybe it is just 9 5-letter words this time, or maybe the antechamber's back at the top, and we need to have 2 2-letter words at the top or whatever, you know what I mean? We've done it before. It's a callback to one of the earliest game-spanning puzzles. The other one also seems kind of intuitive, because each Morajai box gives me a word. So I'm gonna end up with a 5x9 grid of words, and I'm like, oh, like the grid of words I got from the vault. So I need to do upsetting math core stuff to get there, but we'll get there eventually. So that's not so bad. It'll be a grind to do the math for that many words in a row, but we've done that puzzle before, so we can do that again. I don't know what the lanterns are. They're colored lanterns. Something's up with that. And this probably relates to that one note. Where was it? A hidden hue. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen, 3 colors to count, a sum of 18, but 1 left hidden remains to be seen. So that's interesting. Maybe there's 3 colors of lanterns, and 6 of them each, for a total of 18. All we know is that we have the hidden hue, and that's... When we looked at the hidden hue clue, which is also part of the tinted books thing, the tinted blank books part, that was one of the books in the library. The left page of that was a 5x9 grid of boxes, so that didn't seem remarkable because that's just what the game already is shaped like, but that also could have been this. I also noticed that, this is funny, tended rose vine. I should just actually show this on the screen. Boop. That was, yeah. That's an old clue. This hidden hue, this is the thing I was looking at. And over here, tended rose vine, and my dearest darlings, blah blah blah. This is the clue that helped us solve the secret passage thing. Do I have a screenshot of, like, the... Does it ever end? Did I lose it? Where is it? Did I lose it, or did I only get it because somebody said it at me? It might be because somebody said it at me. Let's see. Let's open Paint real quick. I don't need to open Paint. I need to open Notebook, honestly. So I was like, let's see. So we have Tended Rose Vine. And then somebody said, does it never end? I said that I entered into a horrible realm of new shit, and I'm a little upset that the game is revealed to have more shit going on once again. And I was like, I'm a little upset that this insane thing is happening right here. But I think this might match up. So D O. So first of all, letter count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Maybe? This is a quote from a person, so they might have been misspelling it ever. Does it ever end? There's no... There's only one... No, does it... I don't know, it's in the fucking, other one. The other one that's easier to remember is scripted in verse. I think this one matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, they are all 14. I should actually go into Paint. This is a ugly. It's maybe a bit much, but that's gonna be bad contrast. Damn it. Yeah. Okay, fine. Black's fine. Let's see about these. I'm pretty sure these all match up. Do T E N D E Tended Scripted in verse Tended Rose Vine. Is it not? Am I out of D's? There's 2 D's here. R. Oh, the O. S. E. This isn't really remarkable anymore if stuff doesn't line up all the way. N. E. Huh. I thought that would be part of the sequence. The scripted in verse. Womp womp. What about you, though? Nope. D O E S I T E V E R E N D. There we go. Does it never end and Tended Rosevine are both anagrams of each other. I thought scripted in verse might be tied to it because it's just a weird note in a corner that's a similar length number of letters, but yeah, there's no C in this in Tended Rosevine. But these two are interesting because these two were both moments where the spiral showed up. Tended Rosevine, question mark, and then spiral. And then in the other case we had in Lady Epson's room, there was a spiral that said, "Does it ever end?" And I'm like, it's just stuck with me because it's just it's kind of just a sad little note, and the spiral makes you wonder. And then that same spiral showed up in the underside of the lid of the chest that said that there's no end to this journey. I think it said there is no end to this journey, so it's way too many words and letters to even try to anagram it, but the same spiral showed up. I have no idea if this has applications anywhere, but it's the thing to at least note. Alright, I'm gonna go do the whole ritual of summoning the blue room again. See you in a bit. This is a longer intro than I expected to do. I kind of just went on some tangents. So I got good news in like the worst possible way. I did an entire run here, and the whole time I was like, where is the secret passage? I can't sleep in it. And then I remembered that I was like, well, in the past, well, yeah, I was looking for the secret passage. I came out, after doing the entire run, I then came out to draft the shrine, and the secret passage was there. I'm like, oh, okay. So if the blessing is still active, the same room is still there, apparently? I thought it would only, it says like for the next day or whatever, I think is the language, so I didn't think it would be there after that day. But it was still there. Weird. So that's good news. That means that if I get the blessing going, I can draw the secret passage multiple days in a row without having to redo all the mess. And that's good news. That means I get a lot of consecutive runs like that. The bad news is, it was currently the last day of the blessing, so I'm like, doesn't that mean... Like, I already kind of wasted this run, and I'm like, okay. From what I remember the blessing running out and not giving me the item. Specifically, I remember it being like 1 day left, and the language I think is, if you rest in the room, it'll be available to draft the next day. But then the blessing ran out, and I talked about how it's weird that I couldn't draw the room that I slept in because it was the last day of the blessing, so it should apply, because the language says tomorrow. It's a weird counterintuitive element of that thing. It turns out that if you rest in anything during that blessing, it stays in the draw pool for being outdoors for the rest of the blessing. But the moment the blessing ends, it goes away. Even if you rested in it during the last day of the blessing, that means that if you rest on, when it says 1 day remaining, you literally don't get to get the benefit, which sucks. But in this case, I was like, okay, it says 1 day remaining. I'm about to lose the secret passage, so I should draw the shrine since I have these dice, and that was my goal. And I'll start the blessing over. And then I will, I'll probably lose the secret passage, but that's fine. I'll draw the secret passage again, and then I'll have the whole blessing in which to try to solve this puzzle, and I'll know that I have the whole blessing, which would be nice. Unfortunately, unfortunately, instead what happened is I drew the shrine, and my money was still there from the blessing that's currently running. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's how this works. Shit, I think I might have encountered this at some point. Yeah. So if you draw the shrine while the blessing is still active, you wasted your draw, because your money is still there. I thought you could put money in again, and then, overwrite the current blessing with a refreshed blessing or a different blessing, but no. Your only option is to take the money, which I think would probably curse you, or something bad, because it just warns you not to do it, basically. And I'm like, fuck. So so since I already had drawn the shrine, I literally wasted my entire day. I can't renew the blessing, I lost the secret passage, and I'd made no other forms of special progress. So glad I'm not filming that for an episode. Time to go in again. This day number is going to inflate. I will admit that just for the sake of sanity, day 87. I went ahead and checked what the shrine blessings are out of curiosity just to see if I have a better option. And I've been donating 13 coins to get the 3-day monk blessing. But if you donate 77 coins, you get a 7-day monk blessing. And I'm like, okay, thank you. That's just good information to have that I would have never, ever found on my own. You just have to guess a random amount of coins over and over again to get more results. Like, maybe there's a pattern to them, but that would still require, like, weeks of experimentation. And at this point, I'm at the end of the game. just knowing whether or not there's a way to get a better monk blessing is just a vital piece of information just for my own sanity. And so I will accept the L on me cheating or whatever there, but the idea that I can now set a 7-day monk blessing crossed with my just painfully gained knowledge that the good news is I can keep a room in the outside drawing pool for a whole week if it stays for the rest of the blessing. That's good news. So now that means that this run I need to get the monk blessing and the secret passage, but then I will have the secret passage for 6 more days. And that probably is enough to do the puzzle, even without doing runs of the mansion to inflate my step count, because I start with 70 steps. So having 70 steps to do that for 6 days, I can probably solve the puzzle. And that even makes it relatively approachable as being like a thing where I can be like, well, I'm tired, I'll call it a day for now and come back tomorrow. And then that not being a huge, that not causing me psychic pain of me knowing I need to do all those steps again. It's like, oh, okay, that's me calling it a day on like day 3 of my blessing. I still got 4 more days of this blessing. Like, it's just not that makes this whole part of the game less painful, and I'm very happy to know that. So I guess I'll see you guys when I'm in that room again. I probably won't be doing all the silver spoon mess because all those extra steps just aren't as necessary, knowing that I can get away with this now. But yeah, my day count's probably gonna get high. Ooh. Day 88. I'm a slave to formatting, so even though I was gonna do stuff off camera, I'm like, I better start the episode by saying it. I gotta narrate the beginning of every day, no matter what. Alright, so Blessing of the Monk is 6 days longer, and there should be a secret passage here. And I put the silver spoon in the coat check, so I was tempted to do the shoes, but I think the shoes have a weird quirk where they mostly give you a bunch of steps like when you're out and about, and maybe even in the underground area, but they don't seem to work as well in there, and this might count as being in there, I don't know. Secret passage. And the book should still be blue. It is. There we go. But yeah, since the silver spoon is stowed away in the coat check, I think I am going to do a little run just for the fun of it, just to see how many steps I can get when the silver spoon is in my inventory at the beginning of the run. Let's center this as best as I can. Of course, it's tilted slightly. All right, let's make a living document out of this. I don't know if that's what people mean when they say that, but let's do what I can to apply this into being a thing I can actually work with. That's gonna be some busy work for me off camera real quick. Wow, what a good layout. Good job, buddy. So, this door is electronic, and I don't have a key card. Still, I got the silver spoon out of the coat check, ran around, didn't accomplish much. Got the kitchen, bought the stuff from the kitchen, doubled that. That took me to 120 steps, but then I lost some when getting back here. Put it back in the coat check. And now I'm here again. But I did this horrible nightmare. So here's the things we did. Entry hall is labeled, gallery is pre-labeled. Seek and lies are filled in, EWE. I used 8 as a placeholder for the text fields for the individual letters, because it's not a letter. Hopefully that doesn't backfire somehow. I don't see how 8 could be the missing thing, but you never know. And then word and name as the placeholder text fields for naming each room, which I don't know if that'll matter. And writing down what the word is I get from each of the thingies. So I have a thing I can put in, and then also there's a whole layer dedicated to... Oh god, this is... having to shrink each room, each thing again. Okay, and then I have a dedicated layer just for the lanterns. Boop, 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 boop. Where I can splotch on some color on those locations as I figure out where they are. I definitely saw more lanterns. I saw a red one at one point. I just didn't... I was immediately really disoriented in this space because I couldn't tell where I was. Even with the apparent... Oh, the prism. Yeah, green, violet, yellow, red, blue, orange. Those are the colors that we know for the room colors. it being called the prism directly evokes the note we read about a prism, I believe, which was like the hue unseen, you know, the clue from a minute ago, whatever. A minute ago for you, it was hours ago for me because of all the shit I just had to go through. Like, so I think that clue refers to here. It might be referring to the lanterns because that's the only part that is colored in this area. Everything else is distinctly blue to the point where my eyes want to claw out of their head. Brrr. Yeah, we'll see if this place stays the same or not. So now we have a better sense of what's going on. So these are all rooms, but we actually walk around in the hallways surrounding each room. There's like, each room is separated by just an empty hallway space, which is why it was so confusing to walk in here at first, because I'm like, this resembles the mansion we've been in before. But the moment that I'm in here, I'm like, that's not how it works. It's rooms that are connected to each other directly. So this hallway that goes between each room is very different, and that'll be interesting to navigate. I'm gonna go this way, I guess, since we didn't go this way before. There's not a door here. Unhelpful. There's definitely some red there, but it's, as you can, I'm sure you can agree, it's kind of hard to tell what I'm looking at, but... Okay, there are these weird little spots here, so that's where the hallways are. Okay. Oh, that's a lantern too. So blue, red, red. And I'm in the one between the third and fourth rooms, I believe. Okay, let's fill these ones in, I guess. Let's pick a blue color. Bzip. Not going to stand out amazingly against the level itself is blue, but we'll survive. Blue, red, red. No. Where am I? Yeah, I'm in the hallway between these spots. I made the mistake of following the template from a minute ago, but like, no, this is like blue, red, red, right? There you go. I used the eyedropper in the future to get the color again. That's a darker blue. That works a bit better too. I should be right here. I should be standing here looking this way. I guess there's a hallway over there. So it's also maybe worth denoting that there's like barriers to getting around, I guess. There's also doors here and there here. So there's not a door over here, but I can get over here. So let's check out this room. It's the pantry. And I'm already running into an issue where I made the word text a little big for these. We'll see how this all goes. Does the pantry have paintings in it? There's the box. There they are. Harp, sharp, right? It's a spear. Harp, sharp. S. That's easy. Harp sharp. Harp sharp. Alright. And now the part that makes me want to die a little bit. The weirdly colored room messes me a little bit too. Let's see. Okay, so blue takes the property of the middle square. And my goal is to... go over here, then bring you down, then bring you down. Okay, that was a really easy one. That was like startlingly easy. What? That's a 4-letter word. I didn't... does that work that way? I guess. we. I also made all 3 text fields different colors and different fonts to try to keep them all separately so that I can read them left to right and whatnot when the time comes. So we'll see how that goes. I thought these had to be 4-letter words. I didn't expect we. Okay, so now I'm north of the pantry. And there's a red above me and an orange over there. Okay, close that. Close that. Above pantry, so and there's the orange. Yep, we already knew that one was there. That's a good sign. I'm doing something right. Can't go in that room. Sorry, I'm not amazing at navigating computer sometimes, apparently. We won't have access to these rooms, so I might as well try to get them. Not the most efficient use of steps, maybe, but... The blue, red, red, as expected. Up here is 2 rooms. This is the something of Rena. Courtyard? No, the courtyard is something else. Oyster, right? Comb. Cob. Comb, cob. Corn cob. Comb, cob. So it's M. Couldn't get in here, right? So I went up here. No. Wrong field. M for comb and cob. Oyster. I hope I'm in the right room. I am. I do worry about fucking up and losing track of where I am, but I guess we can always fix it. But it is messy to realize that you've fucked it all up, you know? Does the secret work in this room? Boop. Boop. Not that there's anything to get in there, but give it to me. Whoa. Uh-oh. This is new. This is new. That is 2 different kingdoms, none of which are here. Is that the black one? No. Okay, need it. Is there orange and red, I think? What's the pink one do? Pink is the rotating one. Red infects something. What did I just do? Red infects black, right, okay. Orange becomes its neighbors. Isn't Costa Rica orange and... I think the diamond is black? The pentagon? Let's see. It turns black into red across the map, interestingly. Let's double check this. Yep, that's red. I believe these are supposed to be orange. Yes, okay. So we verified that. So we need orange, orange, red, red. So basically I just use the pink and black to reorganize everything until it makes sense. Then I press the red button to turn the black one into the red one. And we are mostly doing a lot of mess with these rotational bits. Ooh, somebody's gonna get hard. Okay. That was probably not the best call. But orange, orange. Oh god, I did it. I did that basically by accident. Okay, left. we go. Cloister left. So if I go on the right side over here, I could learn what's going on over there. Ooh, this is an awkward room for remembering what direction I was facing. Red. Red out of the cloister. That's probably that direction, but the other side could be too. But we expect red to be there, so... Orange. What way was I facing? Okay, and they're all open. Shit. Orange. Red, orange, red, orange. Okay, that direction's deeper. That direction's a wall. Okay. So red is on the sides. We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay, red, red. Orange. Orange. If I go over here, I can learn what's on this side and maybe check out what this room is, because it seems to be closed on all the other sides. I can keep track of which way I'm facing. Orange, red, oh. Orange, red, 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 red. Red. Orange, red. Red, red, red. Yep. That's a lot. You might be able to see all the way down the entire edge. It's just that I don't trust myself. Those look like purple or blue, maybe. It looks like it's purple, purple, blue, purple, purple, red, red, maybe. But I just... Let's see. If I put at the edge of the screen, it's a little easier to see sometimes. I just don't trust myself to be sure, necessarily. I could easily just get closer and wait till then. I'm not running there, right? I'm not running around willy-nilly to check everything out, obviously, because we lose steps every time we do stuff, but let's get into this room that's a little reclusive. Yep, it's a dead end. It's the storeroom. Storeroom, store R, because I just didn't give myself a lot of space here. Ram, Thorn, Rose. Rose, Thorn. Also, sorry, am I receiving messages or not? Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Okay. Rose. Ram. Horn. Thorn. Horn, Thorn. H and T. Okay. No. No. Horn, Thorn, T at the beginning is the leftover letter. Okay. This red's a little hard to read on this background. If I was smart, I would have correctly applied the texture filtering so it has an outline. But now I'd have to do that retroactively, and that'd be hard. Actually, it might not be that hard. Let's see, save real quick. Letters, filter, drop shadow, thumbnail outline, a little less than that. Okay. No, they're gonna do that thing where it does the whole pop-up. Oh, no. They let me do it, okay. Thought I was in trouble over there not being a little Oh, the FX applies to the whole folder. Isn't that neat? I can do this for all of them, and then we will all benefit greatly from me being so on point. And for consistency, since it's already white text, so I'll just leave the white text, and then it won't stand out as much against the ones that are already there, which I could just write over, but they're there already, and those are the ones that we know that are correct. And ultimately, these words are the ones I'm probably going to have to do for a puzzle. So that's handy. That's a fun trick. Thank you, GIMP 3.0, for coming out, so I can finally apply outlines and stuff to text without it being like, without like rasterizing it and being like, oh, you can't edit this anymore, it's got an effect on it, and then you have to like lose the effect in order to gain the ability to edit text again, and that was just a huge headache. But it's finally gone. Yay. So we're trying to find the word down here now. So these all need to be red, right? Yep. So I need to figure out how to get all the black down here. Red doesn't do anything besides turn them red. You become your neighbors. Yeah, so you become a third pink, because then pink can rearrange the black pieces onto different layers. And that just becomes about me using the black pieces and the pink pieces in conjunction to accomplish all of my goals. Accomplish all my goals, please. I need you to all be on the same layer. Good enough. There we go. I wonder if that puzzle I was stuck on earlier was genuinely hard. By earlier, I mean yesterday. For me. I wonder if it was genuinely hard, or if I just was very tired and was like, I can't handle Moragi right now. They're too much for me. Okay, so room 1, 2 is the cloister. One, 2, and then orange, orange, orange. It's good to stay on top of the stuff, because then I can just be done with these at some point. So dun, dun, orange, orange. Okay, we already have the other 2 filled in. I like that I'm doing multiple types of chronicling at once. We've kind of cut out the drafting part of the game, and we're now just doing these like environment spanning puzzles, and there's like multiple overlapping ones, and bouncing between them makes it a bit more fun. Those are probably purple or blue, but I'm not going to try to figure them out from here. The next room is locked. Purple, purple, orange, green. Purple. Purple. Orange. Green. There we go. And I'll go ahead and take this part and move it downward. Oh no. I've been drawing directly on the map. That sucks. Oh well, I guess I'll just give up. Well, but okay, that layer's still on the lantern layer. Okay, this is, at least I get to keep this part. But I just like was moving it wrong. Why won't it let me move it? I'm using the move tool. Selected path. What is the logic of this stuff now? Oh, that's not the move tool, that's the center tool. Why won't the move tool let me move it? Okay, fine. Whatever. It's on a new layer now. I don't know why that mechanic is difficult to use. But we'll see how worthwhile it is to do stuff like that. But yeah, I've accidentally painted all of these on the layer below. Whoops. Probably not going to matter that much, but annoying that I did that. Did I enter a room? No. Green, green, purple. Sorry. Purple, purple, orange, green. Purple, orange, green. Okay, so then I was going to go this way. We still can't get in this room. And we're up like 2 more rooms. Oh, dead end. Yellow. I hope that's yellow. Yeah, no, we've seen orange a bunch, and that's not what orange looks like. This is distinctly yellow. And also... looks like there's a barrier here in my way. Good to know. And this is, above me is red, purple, purple, red, red. Yellow, red, purple, purple. Red, red. And we've finished an entire row there. That's handy. But I have definitely missed some rooms because they're not available on this side. So, north of yellow. Room. It's the spare room. Yeah, I remember you when you weren't all developed and stuff. Snail and sail. Wow, my first word association immediately just did it. Okay. So N, sail, snail, N, N. N is the new word, letter in there. Spare. There we go. So we missed 2 rooms down here from this side. This is kind of chill and meditative and kind of like a fun little puzzle-solving adventure. Right up until I get really stuck on a Morajai puzzle and I feel like I'm stuck in sliding tile puzzle to hell. Isn't this the black one? No, this is yellow, blue. It's the Blue Kingdom. Okay. So we need you? Yeah, you become blue. Okay, so the oranges can become blue. I need 4 blues. And oranges don't do anything besides becoming other things? Well, yellow goes up, right? Yeah. Yellow goes up. It shouldn't be possible to turn orange into yellow because there's only 1 yellow, but you could turn an orange into black, potentially. So if I do boop, boop, boop. Shit. Boop. Okay, when you lose the majority there, it becomes black. Which could be helpful because it lets you rearrange all of the rows. So what I'm thinking about right now is that we need to make all of them blue. All 4 corners blue, and we have enough to easily make 5 blues. But how do you make the blue go up? Oh, wait. Isn't... right, blue does this, right? Yeah. Blue adopts the power of whatever's in the middle, so we use yellow to make them do that. Okay. So I'm not sure if there's a reason to worry about just turning this blue? Just do it? Just commit? Bruv? Okay, I was gonna say the next question is how do I make the 2 blues be on the bottom, but it should come down to you going up, which makes a blue go down here, and now there's 2 blues down here, and so I can just rotate these ones now. And now, well, these are like this goes up, and now we have 4 blues. Okay. Whew! Of. The word is of. It is a little hard to tell what I'm missing when the 8s are red and the words are, you know, the colors don't change, so it's hard. We have to like look for 8s and the word and then the numbers name and a word to spot the ones I haven't done yet, which is a little awkward, but it's just, at least I have a visual thing you guys can actually see instead of me trying to write this all in a notebook for the next hours and you guys not being able to see any of that process, which I've done before. I'm sorry. It's just, it's always a journey trying to figure out how to play puzzle games that are note heavy and presenting that. In many cases, oh, I keep trying to go to the tab to look at my map. Generally speaking, trying to do stuff on a computer makes it more awkward and time-consuming to do, but more watchable. But it makes it take longer the whole time while you're watching it, so it's like kind of there's a lot of give and take. Red, red, purple, purple. Red. No. Oops. Spare of. There we go. Don't lose that. Rid of all these layers. Go back to the lantern layer. Red. Red. Purple. Purple. And it looks like there's a little barrier here because I can't see the last bit from this side of the room. So red, red, purple, purple, blank. It's good to be consistent. We have another doorway over here. So what's up here? This is it's the puzzle box room. It's called the Rat and Rate, probably. Man, it's hard to remember all these fancy words for fun party thing. I don't have it right now either, right? Man, I've played this whole game and I still blank on some of these word names sometimes. I'll have it at some point. I'll just say box. Which is funny, but whatever. Box. E. Nope. There we go. So it should be E for rat versus rate. That makes sense to me. It's the... Just waiting for it to come to me. It's like prompt the language center in my brain to recall it for me. Alright. Diamonds. Are these the green ones now? Oops. I think this is green for Costa Rica. So we need orange in the middle because then that can become green. They are green, okay. So while orange is in the middle, all of the blues can become green now. Is the goal. Hop you over here, you become green. Hop you down here, you become green. Now there's all greens. Crazy! Whoa! That's wacky stuff. And then yeah, that's it. I was ready for there to be more steps, but that was the end of it. Turn. The, sweet spot with a lot of these little puzzles is that I generally hate anything that looks like a sliding tile puzzle or anything like that. It can be torture, but these are kind of nice in that they do, overall, like they're so small that they can just be over immediately. That's very nice. I should be seeing purple on my way out. Oh god, I'm mixing up all my windows. The pause menu being one of the things I'm mixing up. I'm trying to not waste steps by keeping track of that stuff. Ah. So, There's a black wall right here because I can't see over here. It took me a moment to register why I felt so disoriented when I got to the next room, and that was all that happened. I didn't get to look down the next hallway. The den. We like the den. Okay, spear, graph, line, chart, spear, rate, sharp, chart, profit, spear, point, stab, weapon, tabs. Oh god, this one might be a little hard. Shaft. Haft. Those are two words not related to the chart. The chart. Graph. Grab. I don't know. Don't know what to do with that. Don't know what that one is. Not gonna force it, because I just don't. It's like the other word thing from a minute ago. It's like, if it's not coming to mind... hello. This should be gray? No? Purple. Right. Yeah, this... I remember associating the poison and purple to get with each other. And purple drops downward, right? So the issue here is that we want to figure out how to make... Let's see. There we go. We need each purple. We need each orange to become purple. Oops. Okay, now they're all purple. In a messy, roundabout way I got there. So I want to put you down here, because then you can snatch one of these down to there. There we go. Now they're all purple. Yeah, they're usually pretty quick and satisfying little puzzles. So when I get stuck, something's up, probably. A. Maybe I don't have to decode this one. Maybe it's just a sentence. I have no idea if I should expect it to be based on the, I guess full screening this actually makes perfect sense space-wise. There's no reason to have the top and bottom of the screen on. It works just fine like this. Chart spear. So I don't know what's going on there, but we have the A at least, and I might be able to figure out the other ones from context or something. Which way am I facing? I want to exit via purple in a blank direction. Purple, red. Purple. Okay. There we go. Okay. I definitely could be filling in those other directions too over time, but it's a little overwhelming. Focusing on when I'm not in the room. Especially since when I'm in the room is when I'm most disoriented, so I don't want to necessarily fill it in the neighboring spots because, while it might be faster than putting it off for later, I also might just get it wrong. Purple, red, 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 red. Purple. Red, 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 red. So we're filling a lot of these in right now. The next room up is inaccessible from both of these sides. Yellow, purple, blank. Yellow is not common. I wonder if that's indicative of something. Yellow, purple. Yeah. And now I'm all the way up in the top corner, so we're gonna need new plans. Maybe I should go over here and fill this part in so I can just avoid other stuff. Red, purple. Alright, we're getting there. So I don't need to go up this side of the wall anymore because we have it filled in. I can just wander in this top corner room, which is the aquarium. Aqua. It'd be fine. Leash, lash. E, right? Oops. L-E-A-S-H, L-A-S-H, yes. Leash. Lash. E is the new word there. This place is blue and weird. That's a lot. Aren't the mountains yellow? I'm right for once, okay. So what am I doing here? The colors are fucked up here. So the red will turn the black red. Oh, when it turns the white, it turns white black and black red. There's two characteristics there. I wonder, white is neutral otherwise, I think, isn't it? Like it doesn't, oh, it turns gray. So white on its own turns gray, but if white is left white, then it turns black. I wonder if that's like the idea, like, well, if the red colonizes or takes things over, it radicalizes the neutral parties to take the part to be against it or something. There's like commentary there. So if I need 4 yellow, then the things that can turn yellow, I believe, are the orange, which turns into its neighbors, and then blue, but blue will only do that when orange is in the middle. So my first goal is to get orange in the middle so that so that blue can become yellow. And then I need to figure out how to get so I need to turn blue into yellow first, then turn orange into yellow afterwards. Then I have 4 yellow pieces, then I have to figure out how to move them around. And my only ways of moving this around is I can rotate this bottom row, and I can rotate these neighbors. So if yellow is in the middle, then blue can go up. And now it can't anymore. But, oh, that makes sense. Okay. So So when yellow's in the middle, blue can go up. But if I rotate this over here, then blue... Oops. Blue can come up here and push pink down. And now pink is neighbored with this whole area and can rotate these ones around. Which means I can push yellow pieces down. And with you I can rotate things, change what the neighbors are. This is kind of chaos. It's just cardinal directions, right? So we need to be here and here. But rotating everything is kind of nightmarish. Not quite what I was hoping for. I want you to be between those two. We go again. You can go up and switch with that. Now they're all yellow. So that's fun. Oh, orange isn't... I used up orange, so now the blue can't become orange. Alright, we got messy. We got messy. This was kind of a lot. God, how do I get yellow and blue next to each other? I need to surround blue with yellow while orange is in the middle specifically. That sounds like a pain in the ass. So we need to bring pink down because otherwise I can't move stuff around in general anyway. So now orange is in the middle. But this isn't by the yellow pieces. Kind of seeing if pushing it constantly, since it can rearrange the order of things, is helpful at all. The answer is mostly no. This is becoming a little dangerously Rubik's Cube-y for me. Just trying not to fuck it up. No. Didn't mean to do that. But do I care about the white and gray pieces? Maybe not. That might not have ruined things yet, but shit. Orange in the middle, so this currently has the power of turning into the thing. And then the wrong part of the sequence. There. We have 3 yellows. That's a start. 4 yellows. I'm free! Jesus. Sketches. Oh my god. It fits, surprisingly. That's a longer word than I expected. Yeah, that... Lies, seek, like for a little bit there I was like, oh, it's 4-letter words like last time. Sketches? Okay. Aqua sketches E. We're doing okay. Everything is A-okay. Look at me go. Okay, where am I? Red should be the top corner. Yep. I can continue along the top if I want. See what I see from there. Well, not for very long. Purple, purple. Purple, purple. What's this next room over? This one is open. It's the coat check. Coat. My Control S reflex is on point. Spear and pear, right? Spear and pear, so S. Spear and pear. There we go. We're doing just fine. And this is the blue kingdom. So I need 4 blue. Right, blue does whatever's in the middle, and right now the middle is black, so we can rotate these around, which lets me pop these around. Oh, these are different colors. Okay, black mirror, right? Yeah, I remember that detail. So we need 2 black and 2 blue. So the middle row is only black? So they rotate, but they rotate amongst themselves in a functionally useless way because they're all the same thing. So they rotate in a circle. Yellow becomes its nearest neighbor. Sorry, it becomes 2 no, it's orange, isn't it? Oh, right, yellow goes up. Okay, so that's how I move what row one of the black ones is on. Okay, I was panicked a little bit. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? So these switch sides, bounce back and forth. These go upward. That let me change what row that one was on. And with the greens, I can push the yellows back on the bottom in many cases. So if I do this, there's a black on each row. No. Not yet. Oops. So we need a blue. Ideally, we basically get a blue, yeah, blue and black on each row, and a green to be able to rearrange them. We need blue and black, but they need to be on the right side of each other, so they're not looping forever without being able to work. This one currently works, but I need blue up here and a black. Blue does whatever's in the middle right now. So I could use that to make one of them go up. Right now, that wouldn't be very helpful. Well, and oops. It needs to happen on some level, because I need to be able to get a black up here, and that's how I do that, is by bringing it down with blue. And now if I rotate this, these are now both on these rows, but I think there might be, ooh. These are inverted right now. I need to switch these two. Was it that easy? Yep, got it. Yeah. In. Where am I? I'm in the code check, right? Yeah. If nothing else, just writing down what all the rooms are will help me tell where the fuck I am when I get lost. Because I'm currently attaching myself to the walls of this place, but the moment I'm in the middle of this maze, I'll be like, where the fuck am I? So writing down whatever your room is would be very helpful for that. I use restroom. Okay, back. So if Coat and Aqua were both... We have a black barrier here, then I should go down the middle and then check out what these two rooms were. Where am I currently standing in? I'm standing in Coat. Oof. What direction am I even facing? That's Aqua. Coat and Aqua. Okay. And there's a... Well... It would appear there's a wall right there, if I'm putting it correctly. Yes. So we're not going south that way either. But I can go out, thankfully. Ah. Purple, yellow. Purple, yellow. So that purple's over here. Ah. Nope. Oh, got it. Ah. Pff. This side on the purple one is new. It's the pump room. I'm so sorry about the random, all the different, the screen just flashing between a bunch of different things all the time. It's just what my life is right now. Pie. Pin. How do I, that's a, oh right, because pi is only 2 letters. P-I-N, so it's N. Pump, N. There we go. Me alt tabbing into this window, or out of this window, I guess, brings up this, and that throws me off. So then I have to remember to tab out of that afterwards. We're back with purples again. Man, 45 more Ajay puzzles is a lot, to be clear. I wouldn't have hated some different kinds of puzzles mixed in this gauntlet. The other ones obviously aren't very time consuming, but this one, oof. Okay. So my goal is to get 4 purples. I do this. That makes you purple. That makes you purple. All right. But how do I get this purple off the middle row? Can I? Blue doesn't do anything inherently. It currently will rotate things. I can give it the properties of purple. Oh wait, purple drops. Purple goes down when you click on it. Of word and sketches word of word. All right, so I've encircled this particular chamber and I've not figured out how to get into it yet. So let's see if I can get there. I came from the purple direction. So if I go over here to the right, there's also purple, but that's the furnace, it looks like. Boop, boop, boop. Lantern layer. Nope. Undo smudge. Oh. I clicked on smudge, not brush. Oops. Purple there. And this is the furnace. Ah. The furnace. I'm so good at my job. Okay. The furnace, pass under a purple. Turn south. Red, red, purple. Worth keeping track of that. Red, red, purple. Oh, I keep misclicking things very slightly in a catastrophic manner. Okay. That's a lot of colors filled in we got here. Okay. I'm doing normal things and everything's normal. All right. That was the furnace. Yes, that was the right way, right? Yeah, I'm not messing things up. Ear planet. Uh-oh. Here planet. Globe. Map. Globe. Lobe. Globe. G. Got it. And once again to the Marjai puzzle. That is the major. At least we get to look at more colors most of the time. All the blue is a little maddening, but when I'm looking at Marjai puzzles, that means there's more colors on the screen. It does give you a little bit of that like laser tag effect where you're like, okay, there is so much negative space color going on here that it does kind of grate on you. It's like looking at Web 1.0 websites that have green or blue neon text on a black background, or how like, yeah, like how so much of like laser tag type places are all about like everything being completely black and then all the highlights and shapes being brought out via black light and actual lights. So we need 4 blue. How are we gonna do that? We have 1 orange, so that can become a blue. 2 white, which can become gray. Oh, the gray and whites are lights out. I forgot that's how that worked. Okay. Why do I care though? Green, yellow. So yellow goes up. Orange becomes its neighbors. Green switches places. Black rotates. Blue. The blue became gray? Because of white? Because when you click on white, it becomes gray? I don't know if I get this one. Jesus. And I probably have to solve all these because I don't know if... Well, if it's a sentence, maybe you can unpack it without these, but if it's a code, I'm fucked. How do I get more blues? I can make one more blue out of the orange. The blue gains the characteristic of whatever's in the middle. White becomes gray. So white becomes gray on its own, but gray only becomes white seemingly via clicking on it. Yeah, you have to click on a neighboring white. So if I put white in the middle, does that mean the blue will spread its color to neighboring grays? Is that the logic? If I click on it, and then I want to surround it with grays to then make them all blue? Is that the logic? It's gotta be, because like, how else do I get more blues? So right now I need white in the middle. Orange becomes its neighbors. The neighboring grays? No. It's not really positioned well to test this. Man, okay, you pretty much have to start by doing this because the green is in the middle and that's where it's useless. At that point I can then shuffle it around and do stuff like this. But you can't shuffle this around without a second black piece, which makes this a bit of a challenge. Without black in the middle, it's hard to get white to be anywhere else. Now there's two whites here, so if I click on... Oh, they're both gray. I just lost them all. Cool. Okay. So, blue? Okay. Now there's two blues. That's exciting. That's different. Okay, so that's the logic of this somehow. Now do I just play a terrifying game of Lights Out here? That wasn't ideal. That was not what I should have done. For so many reasons. Okay, it's also not what I should have done. Kind of want them all to be gray now, as best I can. Right, it only works when the middle one is still white. When this is here, I can use these to rotate these rows, though. That changes things up a bit. It's white, white. Oh god. Right. I keep configuring it around, like getting it surrounded by blue surrounded by gray, but then I have to get white back in the middle, and that mixes up the order again. Like this would be great, except this, the when white's not in the middle, it doesn't work. If this is where white's in the middle, then I want this one to be over here. Now these both become blue. Now we're up to 3 blues. This is where white's in the middle, so I want to be able to turn you blue if I can, or surround you with blues. So let's just put you over there, maybe? Because now you're blue. Okay. Now maybe I just make you... Oh, god damn it. Both blue. This is fixable. Switch it back. That's worse. Okay, there's 4 blues. I want one of those blues to go up. So now blues make rows rotate. Probably want to make yellow switch place with green, because then yellow can go up. Yellow going up mostly makes other things go down. It's not very helpful. But doing that here makes you go here. There we go. We got there. Took a bit. Truth. Where am I again? In the furnace room. On one hand, this is just a giant puzzle gauntlet, but on the other hand, it does kind of put me back into the witness territory. Like, this is kind of like the witness section of the game, where we disregard how the other puzzles and style of the game went. We get rid of the roguelike pacing, and it just becomes this one mechanic iterating on itself. That said, it's also not really structured into like levels and worlds the way that the Witness is, with its like Metroidvania-ish, Metroidbrania style, and having themed areas that iterate on particular puzzles. That's probably the somewhat awkward thing about this level, and also all of the Morajai puzzles, is that they're not really in a linear game, or they're not really in linear levels within a non-linear game. So like you don't really get to like experience them in a way that's structured as a learning puzzle challenge the way that The Witness is, and that's why that game is so great. So on one hand, it's like, ooh, we're kind of hanging out in Witness territory and vibing with this particular puzzle, but on the other hand, like, you got all those beautiful visuals in The Witness, and the themed worlds, and the puzzles being themed in each region. Kind of makes me want to go back and play The Witness. It's been a while again, funnily enough. So I'm in the furnace. This whole area is very full of lanterns, so we don't really need to look for any more around here. If I go out through the purple door that's facing the den, not the pump room, then turn right, I can find the next blank room, I think. Let's see. We have to be facing the pump room because it's a one-way door. So turn left, then right. That's still blank. So left, right, and these are all red. We knew that. Guess I can continue forward one more room. Okay, so this one is not... Oh, I should have checked this one back here. Yellow, purple. All these folders. Yellow. Purple. There we go. And then this. So it seems like steps might not be that bad. I'm actually sure, but I might not even be losing steps while I walk around the environment. It might just be when I walk into the rooms. In which case I could probably do all of the lanterns in one go if I wanted to. I'm not sure. Bat and worm. Wood worm. Swing. Earthworm. Bat. Strike. Baseball. What the f... Huh. It's hard to think of things besides worm. Bug? Bat? I don't know. But this is the... the keys room. The staff bunk. It always feels a little rude that they don't get to have a good room. They live here, like, give them a better room. Why is this, like, this slanted ass roof that implies that they're in, like, a weird overflow spot? I don't remember what this room's called, damn it. Oh wait, room directory. I can just check. It's a bedroom. Servants' quarters. Shit, where am I? Furnace, did it? I'm here. Serve queue. My little shortcut for being able to quickly get the same formatting is to copy paste the same text from elsewhere, and then it'll save me from that. I have no idea what worm and bat have in common. That's a tough one. But yeah, aqua coat pump box. I can look up the box from it's the parlor, like parlor tricks. There we go. I guess that's why it's called parlor tricks. Like, it's like the idea of like a party trick, basically. Like I'm in a social gathering. Let's do this little thing I know how to do. Haha, teehee. Listen, it was really tough being autistic in the 1700s. I don't know if that's the right century to make that joke. Here we go. 4 black. Which red turns... What's the rule again? Red turns black, red, and white black. So we want to make as much white as possible. And you change what floor these are on, so let's me rotate these around. But how do I change these ones? We need... I guess I go up twice. Yeah. So I need these to connect with each other so I can form my own lights out puzzle, basically. We need to spread as much white as possible. Don't anything that. If I press it right now, there will be 4 black, which is like kind of okay, except I need 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, and there's no way to make things go up and down right now, so I need both of these to be white. That's not how that works. That's 2 white. That's something. If I press you again, it'd be white up there. Okay. But the thing is, kid, the game is rigged from the start. I can't rotate this one. But yeah, I can. They're black now. Fool. I'm like, oh no, but they're in the wrong spots and they'll never be. I'm like, no, I'm turning them into black, which lets them rotate. Stupid. Tint. The word tint is coming back. That could mean that these are clue. The tint of truth. This is a fun little groove. It's like a meditative, time-consuming challenge to hang out on as you victory lap the game, I guess, because we're probably there's nothing quite like an environment like this in Blueprints to really scream, you might be almost done with the game, bro. You might be about to beat the video game. I don't know, man. This is subtle hints. This is like this is the Blueprints equivalent of playing the intro theme song during a boss fight. Yellow, purple. Oh, there's yellow below there. Yeah, it's like when the final boss fight plays the theme song of the game during the boss, or like the leitmotif or whatever. Or like the title screen, or it's like getting to the part of Final Fantasy X that plays the song from the title screen, and you're like, that's the first time that trick was done to me, I think. Okay, so I went back here. Have I been down there yet? I haven't been down there yet. I might as well check out what that is. We're going to that's the north, so this is to the east of that. And it's the conference. There's no better way to really abbreviate that one further, really. It's gonna have to be comp. It's gonna have to be comp. I'm gonna have to comp the room. Farm? Sheet music? 4. No. There's the thingy. Is there a different one? What's going on with this one? It's 4/4 time signature. Music sheet. There's a weird distortion happening where it looks like the bowling pin is there. And particularly, it's a different color. Like, what's up with that? It looks like the bowling pin is supposed to be there and it's in the way. Why is this one a different color? Huh. Let's see, let's make a new folder in the Blueprints thing. blueprints with a T. And I will document this really quick. B. Blueprints. Conference music. Don't know if that's going to be a trend in this one or what's going on there. But it's weird. Is there a name for that riff or whatever? Sequence of notes? Farm, farmhouse, hill, plot, sheet, music, 4/4, signature, notes. I don't know. Alt-tabbing brings up the wrong window. There we go. Conference. These kind of associations are always a little tough to solve, where it's like, if it doesn't come to you, it's like, it's hard to brute force or really work the problem of coming up with more things to call it. So it's just like, immediately it's like, I don't know, I'm just drawing a blank. I do think it's weird it's a different color. But if it was pin, I'm not sure what the thing would be anyway. So I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, it's weird that the music sheet looks glitched out in a different color, like that means something. Maybe we'll get context for that at some point. But also, it might be that since this is the two paintings puzzle, it could be a relatively easy sentence to figure out. Because like last time I didn't figure them all out. I just eventually was like, okay, that's what these are. The ones that I had missing, I could just intuit based on grammar. Okay, so no weird color flippy things, it's just the oranges. So orange needs to become yellow. Yellow goes up. So I need the ability to... Let's see. I can bring you down here. Bring you up there. Bring you there. Those are yellow now. Switch you back around. Some of these are so easy compared to other ones. That's like startling. Path. Path. And I'm at the conference, right? Because that's where I was just confused. At some point, I'm going to just put this in the wrong room or something. Either because I'm wrong about where I'm on the map or because I just forget what room I'm in or something. It's going to get... this being in the blue void is disorienting. Let's see. What... At least I can look across from rooms and try to piece together where I am. Storeroom. Haven't been there yet. Where did I come from? The den? If that's the den, and to my right is the storeroom, I'm going that way? I guess it's fine for going in a new direction. So I looked at the den, then turned right. Right? Go into the conference, you turn left, I'm here. So I'm right here right now. Above me is purple. And then came that way. So which way am I facing? Shit. Conference. So facing the conference, it's purple on my right. Then on my left, it's yellow than a wall. Okay, we got there. We figured it out. I'm measure twice, cut once. Important concept in general. And now you're laughing at me for every time I've ever publicly made a mistake. Because you never fix human. Pie and pig. Well, I really like pie. And this is the closet. These are the orange, aren't they? Yeah. So an orange becomes its neighbors, but everything, we have more than enough orange already. So right now it's just about how do I get something to happen here. I think the logic here is that at least one of the orange has to become something else, because right now both of these are useless and these just rearrange how useless everything is. So the question is, do I want a pink or do I want a green? Maybe green? I guess I just kind of have one awkward green that bounces around and does nothing now, huh? Yeah, I guess we needed a pink. Because now things can go crazy. Oh god. Oh god. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. He's the fastest thing to die. This is a hard thing to think about for a bit. There we go. It's very hard to speak out loud during those and have any kind of articulate thoughts of just kind of the vibes-based movements you're currently working on. Closet 2. Okay. Now where the hell am I? I'll go back out the closet. I'm facing the conference again. Best way to orient myself is just based on that. Alright, parlor and den is already solved. To the left, those would be new. Left towards the yellow. And they are both unlocked. Facing the same direction as conference. This is the guest bed. I think. Let's be sure. Just a bedroom. The Geist bedroom. Yeah, it's the guest bedroom originally. And this one currently still is. Okay, I didn't actually move anything. I was like, hang on a minute, what just happened? I was still in guest tool. In move tool, and that threw me off. Guest. I don't need to draw right now, so let's just stay in this tool. 8 and word. Boil, pot, thorn, vine, simmer, broil, steam, cook, soup, vine, thorn, rose vine, rose boil, length, damn. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what's going on with that one. That's 3 in a row I don't get at all. That's not great for my ability to detect what word is on this line. I'll have to figure it out at some point. That's just a pen. I thought that was a cigarette or something. Just a whole ass cigar. So these need to be yellow and these need to be black. Yellow only goes up. I do this. Yeah, I can use yellow and green to play around a little bit here. Let's do this to switch this around so black is up here. Rotate this so yellow can go up. Say, well, I can't really go up at all. Yellow's back down here now. Whoa. And now black's down here. Okay. Rotate this around. We don't want green to hit the middle, that'd be bad. Okay, yellow and green on the bottom. Could have been paced better. Okay, so let's do a little bit better. You need to be here, so that's where that, so like, that. There we go. Like, that is where yellow needs to be. So now we'll switch it now. Now yellow's there. And this is where yellow needs to be compared to, so there's a black. Black here, yellow there. Boop, 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 boop. Yay! Children celebrating .mp3 hour. Glad I came up with this solution, so there's at least something for people to see. Because look at how much shit I'm recording, just telling you constantly. Yeah, I'm totally writing stuff down. You've put up with it at some points in this playthrough, but here in particular, it's like you would have no idea how things are going if I didn't like come up with something to look at. Oh, okay. Boil, steam, rose, thorn, rise, rose. Steam stem, right? Steam stem A. And we'll just shrink you back down to over here. There we go. I got there eventually. Yeah. Okay. Wrinkle these down. Get back to the lantern layer. Alright, so let's go back outside. So south of guest room. What's that weird square right there? I can see something through the wall there. That's really weird. I don't think that's intentional, but I also don't think it's relevant. So south of guest room is dark room. Oops. Book. Brook. R. That one's not so tough. Alright, where's the puzzle? This one has to be 4 orange again, I think? Right? Yeah. This is the one where they rise and rotate. So 3 rotating ones seems to be like it's gonna often be the ret call, but it's hard to say. Oh, did I just get it? Literally didn't even have to interact with the yellow ones at all. Wow, that was like a do it in as few actions as possible challenge. Look at me go. Nope, not you. Wisdom.
There we go. Look at me go. Okay, where the fuck am I?
That's the passageway? Yeah. Guest room. So we came from guest, so over here is passageway. 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 Did I capitalize the G for no reason? Are my caps locked? I guess I was caps lock. Yeah, I guess I was capitalizing some of them. Passageway. I'll go towards the, not that one. I'll go towards the passageway. I wonder if they connected conduit rooms to each other in this layout for the fun of it. North of this is yellow. Get these closed again. Oop. Oop. So dark room passageway. North of this is yellow. And then there's a wall here. Which is why I didn't see it before when I went through, I believe. And then directly overhead is yellow. Just have to keep track of. So it should be dark room, face left, yellow. Good. And then south of me is another wall. I don't know how much they'll come in handy, but at some point just my ability to get around will be dictated by my ability to tell which directions are even valid. If I was extra smart, I would probably also denote where the doors are on each room, but that would drive me insane. Because where do I even fit that at this point when it's also where the lanterns are? That'd be tough. I could draw in a dark blue shape what the shape of each room is, I guess. Is that a darkness we want to invite into our world? I don't know. I'm scared. Let's just go in the passageway. Hello. Okay, what the fuck is going on with these dark ones? There's just dark ones sometimes. There's one in the next room over there too, huh? Oh. Tin. Can. Pen. Ink. Pen. Lid. Aluminum. Calligraphy. Tin. Tab. Cap. Bullshit. Beans. Can/pen, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's up with the dark ones. I just don't have an idea for this one right now. Curious if there's a thing, like it's like a weird rule. For a second there I was like, they both have a lid. Is it you're supposed to draw a connection between them, one of them when they're black? But then I'm like, how do you pick a letter still? Like, what's the letter rule when it's dark? They were the same color in other rooms, right? What's down there? Because that one also has 2 different colors. I feel like they were only just started becoming different colors. What if there's like another rule to draw from that? I also wonder if that shape that my mom drew in that security footage is correlated with this room. Like I have to do a particular path through this room because we don't know what to do with that yet. Do. These have to be purple. And I need to make more purples. What does pink do again? He gets the rotate button. Okay. And this turns those black. And then red, which is trash. So I'm pretty sure. Okay, I don't see any reason not to make these black, because it's not my goal, these colors, and black is extremely useful as a color, and I believe white, gray, and red are basically useless most of the game. Orange will become its neighbors. We need both orange to become purple specifically, because there's only 4, and nothing else changes color, I believe. And there's no blue to do fucked up center square rules, so this is a vanilla level. These can rotate these, that puts that in this row. You rotate here, then these can rotate each other, which means this can go down here. Which means you can put there. These colors near each other. Okay. This is but a wee bit of a nightmare, but we're fine. Ish. It's 2 corners. Ish. Ba 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 of. All right. Yeah, no, this is a sentence, isn't it? Tint of truth, our path, 8 of wisdom to turn. This is gonna be a riddle. It's not gonna be a code, which I'm happy. I like solving riddles more than I like brute forcing 45 math. What lies we cast? Seek word left. No, well, none of the words are real. I'll have to change the color of word if it turns out to actually be word. Oh no, I'll put it in quotes. If one of the words is actually word, then I'll just put word in quotes, and that's how we know it's real. Anyway, as unsatisfying it is, I have 77 steps left, so I've only had to use like 40 so far, or 30. So this is not very step intensive, thankfully, but I do need to stop. I've been doing this for 2 hours, so there's gonna be a discontinuity where we lose my place in the labyrinth, and I'll just reset back to the beginning next session and make some more progress. But I have 6 more days, I guess 5 more days to draw the correct room up front. So the reassuring thing here is that it's not too tough to work on this whole thingy here in a decent number of days, so that's good to know. I got a lot of the lanterns filled in particular. Only 1 blue down here, and 1 green. Only a handful of yellows, tons of purple and red. But yeah, see you guys next time, which might still be this episode. I have no idea what this part of the series even looks like on YouTube. I'll find that out when I'm done. That's always a thing when I enter partly when I get towards the end of any game, I'm just like, I don't know how much is left, so I'll just keep recording and find out later if there's multiple episodes or one episode or what. But also in the case of puzzle stuff, I'm like, I have no idea how long each clip even is, so I just like I have a bunch of weird and messed up combinations of like 2-hour and 5-minute clips, and then I just take them all. I'm like, I don't know, these become episodes in clumps, fuck it. So if the ends of puzzle playthroughs seem particularly strange sometimes, it's because even I am like, I don't know, I guess this works. And that's speaking from the perspective of also like somebody, when I make this much content, I don't have an editor, I don't have time to rewatch all of these in real time either, so I kind of just do it on vibes, and I guess the contents of the videos, I'm like, by scrolling through them. I'm not making like in-depth editorial choices about how to pace the episode the way that like a real editor would for like a movie, for example, because I'm like, I don't have time to watch it all. I make hours of content every day, while also trying to make content for 2 other channels, so that's behind the curtain on that stuff. So we really skipped past most of the rooms at the beginning, which is funny. We'll get back to that next time probably, and fill in the left side of the screen maybe. And we'll get a vibe for more of the wall. A lot of walls, it turns out. Here, in particular up here, it's more apparent that there's a lot of walls blocking progress. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'll keep working on it. But yeah, 2 more sessions like this maybe, and I might have all this filled in. And then we get to figure out what the actual puzzle is when we get all these words. Also, yes, that is the Dark Souls font. I do have the Dark Souls font downloaded.